Welcome to another episode of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this video. Today, I have a lot of news articles to go through, so let's go and hop right into it. Some people might remember when the Street Fighter X Tekken game came out that we were told that there was going to be a Tekken X Street Fighter to follow. Well, apparently this game isn't dead, but it's not coming out anytime soon. The Tekken series producer, and sometimes actor, revealed in an interview that it's on hold for the moment. He said, "We don't want to slip these communities. We don't want to split them. So a good window in which to release Tekken X Street Fighter is something that's becoming difficult recently." Now, I could see where he's going with this, but then again, when you promised that when the first one, the Street Fighter X Tekken, came out, that the next one, the Tekken X Street Fighter, was supposed to be not that far away. So, these guys at Bandai Namco Bandai, whatever the fuck you want to call them, the Tekken series producers, of course, the Tekken crew is busy working on the next Tekken game, but seriously, assholes, you promised. You said you were going to work on this. Instead, you jump over to Tekken. Sometimes these decisions that are made are a bit confusing as fuck, but there are a few times when you can understand them. This is not the case. I don't know, at this point, they might as well go ahead and cancel this Tekken X Street Fighter game that they announced when the previous one came out. So, if you've been kinda under a rock as far as shooter games in the past week or so, you know that a couple of shooter games have been announced with trailers. One of which is the Call of Duty game. It is called Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, in which case it goes as far as battles on Earth and beyond, including space battles. Now, with this Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, there is two editions. There is a Legacy and a Legacy Pro. And technically there's a third one that's like a digital deluxe edition. But with the Legacy edition, you're going to get the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare along with the HD remastering of Modern Warfare. Yes, the first one. Now, with the Legacy Pro, of course, you're going to get the Modern Warfare remastered and the Infinite Warfare, and also the Season Pass, along with, I think, a digital soundtrack and a steelbook case, along with additional DLC content, which will probably just be colored weapons or stuff. Now, I think the Legacy Edition was about 70 or 80 bucks, but the Legacy Pro, as far as the physical copy, is about 120. Now, the digital deluxe edition, which has everything digitally with the Legacy Pro, is only about 100 bucks. So if you go that route, you are saving about 20 bucks. And that's the one that I went with. Because yes, even I, after watching the Infinite Warfare trailer, got hooked, attached. This is something that hasn't happened to me in a long while as far as a Call of Duty game. Because to me, every Call of Duty game has been more or less rinse, repeat, same bullshit, different game. And, you couldn't blame me. No normal person would actually sit through a multiplayer match where you have a bunch of kids, like 10, 12-year-old kids, acting gangsta, sounding gangster, swearing all the fucking time. It's like, these games are mature. these kids should not be playing these games. And that is more or less one of the reasons for my hate for Call of Duty. Now, with this Infinite Warfare, however, it has grabbed my attention with the space combat. Not only ship battles, but you yourself getting out into space and attacking guys. Now, the downfall, when the trailer first hit, people were disliking the hell out of the trailer. And so much so that it has more dislikes than the Ghostbusters movie remake trailer. Yeah, that's a shocker right there, people. Why so much hate? I don't know. But immediately after the trailer dropped for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, guess what? We got the next Battlefield trailer. And guess what it's called? Battlefield 1. Yeah, 1. And it's going to cover old, like original Battlefield battles, like Lawrence of Arabia style, like Red Baron planes in the sky shooting each other. It's going old like wars and stuff. Which I don't know why, but people loved this Battlefield 1 because of this trailer. It's like, dude, the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare used in-game footage for its trailer. Guess what Battlefield 1 had? All cinematics. That's not going to be the gameplay. That's not how the gameplay is going to look for the Battlefield game. And that is also why I'm attached to the Infinite Warfare game. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be wondering, why is the Modern Warfare Remastered only attached to the Legacy and Legacy Pro games? I don't know. I mean, I know Activision can be a son of a bitch as far as some of this stuff, as far as marketing and stuff, attaching games and you have to do things this way. But people are assuming and guessing that maybe later on, maybe a month or so, maybe even a year later, they might have Modern Warfare available separately. Might. We don't officially know anything right now. So for those of you who are curious about the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, go ahead and check out the Call of Duty, I guess, YouTube channel and check the trailer. And for me, I am confused as fuck why people are hating, disliking this game. Now, Doom isn't that far away as far as the Doom game release. I mean, I'm recording this on the 12th, and it should be coming out tomorrow on the 13th. So one thing that has been revealed from ID Software is that there's going to be nostalgia Easter eggs hidden in the game. Just about, from what I'm reading, or what I did read, just about every mission is going to have a hidden area that will be old school style. It'll be like classic walls from Doom and Doom 2. Yeah, kind of like how the original Wolfenstein and the original Doom walls were. Of course, the enemies inside will be about the same. But the fact that they're going this way to please and acknowledge some of the old school original Doom players, that is something people are going to like. Now, even when I saw, I think there was one video, I don't know if it was on IGN's website or if it was somewhere on YouTube, where you go from the current Doom game footage and you peek into this, like, walkway, entryway, and it's like, wait, that looks like the old style Doom. And you go walking in, and you go back out, in, out. It's like old school, current stuff. Old school, current stuff. It's like, this is going to be fun. And yes, it is a bit disappointing that the enemies are not pixelated stand-ups or something, but oh well. I mean, we got something to nod to the old school stuff. Nintendo. Oh, how much we loathe thee at times. Nintendo has delayed the Legend of Zelda game for the Wii U back to 2017, which is apparently when they're releasing the next system, the NX. So, what they've been talking about is possibly having a dual console release for the Wii U and this NX if the name sticks with the system for the Legend of Zelda game. Now, this is the latest thing that's been going on. Meanwhile, Nintendo has revealed that at E3, they're going to do one of those direct video things only covering Legend of Zelda. What? People are expecting Nintendo's direct thing to cover a lot of games Nintendo has coming out, especially into next year. I mean, there's no harm in it being a lot about the Legend of Zelda game, but you gotta cover your next gen system in it too. I mean, this is E3. This is where big video game announcements and maybe new systems will be announced. Nintendo would be dropping the ball if they only talk about one game in their E3 video. I mean, seriously. A lot of people, the one good thing about this, about them doing one video at E3 based on the Legend of Zelda game, is that they would at least have an official release date for it on the Wii U and the NX system. But then again, if they're pushing it back to the same date as the NX, they could also be announcing the date for that system as well. But to me, this is a huge headache because if they push it back to the next system releasing, not that many people are going to be interested in the Wii U version of the Legend of Zelda game. They're going to be wanting to get it on the NX system. And once again, like I said, this is if that name stays. As far as we know, between now and E3, they could change the name. They could give it a whole new name at E3 for their next system. So we got a bit of sad news. Well, it is sad for me and some other people who have played this game. Disney cancels Infinity. That's right. Disney decided not to make any more Disney Infinity games, characters. However, they are or were supposed to release one more line of figures, including a Finding Nemo playset, which I think at this point would have been more like a Finding Dory website playset. But they have announced that this Toys to Life game has cost them so much money, and they've been continuing it for the fans, and they did come out of their way and thank the fans for supporting it and for sticking with it. But unfortunately, because of how much money it's taking from them and how much it's costing them, they're canceling it. This fucking sucks. I mean, I want to go back, since I got a PS3 recently, and get the first game on the PS3 and try to get back some of the playsets and figures. Now, presently, I have the playsets and figures for the PS4 versions of the 2.0 and 3.0. For those of you who don't know what those are, 2.0, the Marvel Superheroes version, and 3.0, the Star Wars version. So in which case, I have the playsets and figures covering the Clone Wars saga, covering the original trilogy, and I actually do have the stuff for The Force Awakens. Now, with them canceling Infinity, it means we won't see anymore. We won't have a playset or figures for Rogue One or Episode 8. We won't have additional Marvel figures to go with the present Marvel Battlegrounds, which is something else I also had to get, because I have a lot of Marvel figures from those sets that came out, because I have the Avengers Tower for the Avengers, the one that started with the set, and then I have the Spider-Man playset with both the black suited Spider-Man and the normal colored suit Spider-Man. It took me a bit to get the black suited Spider-Man, especially for the 2.0. I had to find a way to order it. And this was before they released the black suited Spider-Man separately for this 3.0 set. But to me, this is upsetting. I wish they didn't cancel this. I wish they could continue this, because this is one of the best Toys to Life games that they have out there. I mean, this is a franchise that a lot of people know and don't have to wonder what this figure is, what that figure is, like the Skylanders. I mean, to me, like I said, this is the best one that they made. Only followed by maybe the Lego Dimensions. And I'm not even going to get started on the shitty Skylanders that always change characters, change themes every fucking year. And you always have to buy new figures every fucking year. But with the Disney Infinity, guess what? All the characters carry over. Even though mostly just into the toy box mode. But you know what? People loved it. I mean, I know that Bill at Fandom Night, our leader at Fandom Night, he has Disney Infinity that he plays with his daughter. And this might be a bit upsetting for him. I mean, he has the Marvel superhero version, so he has it, and I know his daughter plays with some of the figures. I think they got like at least an Elsa figure, which she plays with. So that might also take that down. And like I said, there was additional figures that they are supposed to be releasing, I think, in June. June is when I think they were supposed to be releasing the Finding Nemo, Dory, whatever, along with I think like 3 or 4 other figures along with it that aren't attached to the Finding Nemo Dory line. But oh man, this just sucks. I wish another company would be able to step in and help them carry on. For a while, we've known about the Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon game is coming out in the fall-winter area. But recently, I think it's Nintendo, IGN, and maybe even Game Informer's YouTube channels has released a new video that actually reveals more. It gives us an actual release date. It gives us the starter Pokemon that you can pick from. It shows us the cover art. And the release date will be November 18th, 2016. Now, the starter Pokemon is kind of interesting. I mean, you kind of have the 3 basic type of starters. You got the water, you got the fire, you got the grass. But the grass is like a grass flying. The fire looks like it should be fire dark, but I think it's just fire. And then the water is just water. But one thing that's going to attract a lot of probably women and people who like cute creatures is that the fire type is a little kitten. Now, then again, also for the cuteness factor, they'll also probably be picking the grass type since it's a little owl. Owl. O-W-L. And no, that wasn't just me saying owl. It's an owl. So if you're able to, go to YouTube and check out the video that reveals these starter sets. And oh yeah, the cover art. They have released with the cover art the 2 legendary Pokemon that are covering the cover arts, which I don't think they released a name for them, but one was kind of like a bat. I forgot what the other one was. Yeah, bear with me for a second. I'm gonna dip into my laptop here. So if you start hearing like air fan noises, it's because of that. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Yeah, one's a bat. The bat is for the moon game, and there's a lion type of Pokemon legendary creature for the sun game. And currently they do have just the rating pending for them, so in which case they'll probably just... I think just about every Pokemon game has been rated, I think, E for everyone or something like that. But yeah, I'm trying to look up the starter Pokemon. The kitten type is actually called Litten, and it is a straight fire. The owl type is a grass flying called Rowlet. And then the water type is called Popolo, if I got these names right. So those are the 3 starters. And one other thing that was revealed on this trailer is your starting area, your starting hometown, or the region itself, Aloha. So, I think this is some weird version of Hawaii that you're starting in. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, I like that they're making new regions and new areas. And I'm sure after a while, they're probably going to run out of new Pokemon to create. I mean, at this point, with this new generation right here for the Sun and Moon, it's probably going to blast past the 1,000 mark as far as Pokemon. For PC gamers, you've known that the Star Trek Online game has been around for a long while. And they've had probably some amazing stuff in there where you can go explore galaxies and get probably resources and come across your favorite Star Trek character. Well, almost all of them. And then they did that little tribute to Spock on Vulcan. Well, guess what? PS4 and Xbox One players, we are going to be able to play Star Trek Online. This fall, it is coming to PS4 and Xbox One as a free-to-play game. So I'm guessing along the lines of the DC Universe Online game, where you had to pay like additional money for extra stuff. And the names Cryptic and Perfect World are attached to this, at least from what I can tell on the website that the trailer said to go to. It was like console.startrekonline.com. And I remember Cryptic being involved with the PC production, of the Star Trek Online game on PC. Perfect World, I know I've heard that name before with other PC games, but I don't know if they were attached with the Star Trek Online game on PC or not. And when you see this trailer, them announcing that this is coming out for PS4 and Xbox One is a shocker. Now, I know this is something that I'm going to be jumping onto, and probably Bill over at Fan Night, he's going to be jumping onto this as well. And maybe even Seth as well. Because I don't think you can have friends as different members of your crew or not. Because if that was the case, the whole Fandom Night crew would be on one starship working on it. I mean, Bill, Reploid Bill, William Bush, he would probably be making himself, of course, the starship captain. And that's something I probably would do with mine as well. And, if more people that we have on our crew would get PS4s and stuff like that and be able to play this, if what I said could happen with different crew members and stuff, I know Bill has actually humored, and some of the other crews humored about what members would be in what division of the starship. Where I think at one point they threw me into the medical wing. So in which case I'm like, Oh, fun. This'll all be fun. Oh, yeah, he's fun. Oh, it's just flush one. Here, let me take care of it. Oh, another flush one. But yeah, the Star Trek Online being announced. Well, the trailer that that was first revealed right now was for PlayStation 4. I don't know if the Xbox One or the Microsoft YouTube page has their own trailer or not. But if there is, you might want to go check that out as well. But man, I tried to get on to Star Trek Online on PC just so I could go check out Vulcan to see the Spock Memorial, and never could because my computer laptop didn't have the right specs to play. Of course, I was able to try to set up an account, but that was about it. So, being able to play Star Trek Online on PS4 is something I'm really looking forward to. And it'll probably play a lot like the PC version, except for, using a controller and stuff. And, man, I'm going to be exploring space a lot this year. Because I got No Man's Sky coming out in June. This is coming out in fall. It's going to be nothing but space exploration all the time for me. Well, that does it for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this video. I will have maybe a few links down below. If you want to, go and leave some comments down below as well. Also, go ahead and leave some comments in the Facebook page as well, probably under each video when I post them up, along with this one. So, until next time, bye!